Stem cells are vital for maintaining and repairing our bodies, and Dr. Lee's research shows that boosting stem cell activity can significantly improve health.
A stem cell is a human cell, you've got them, I've got them, that actually is pluripotent. What that means is that it's a cell that can turn into any other kind of cell. It's kind of like a baby cell that has the capability of regenerating into other tissue.
Meet Dr. William Lee, a world-renowned Harvard-trained medical doctor, researcher, and president and founder of the Angiogenesis Foundation. His work has led to more than 40 FDA-approved therapeutics and devices for cancer, cardiovascular disease, wound healing, and vision loss. He is also a New York Times best-selling author of Eat to Beat Disease, The New Science of How Your Body Can Heal Itself, and Eat to Beat Diet, Burn Fat, Heal Your Metabolism, and Live Longer. Disclaimer: the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Do not disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have read or seen in this video.
By the time we're born and our bodies have been formed, so this is 9 months of pregnancy, we have extra stem cells that are around. Like Mother Nature's really smart. We didn't run out of stem cells before we were born. We had some extra overage, okay? Some of them are in the umbilical cord and basically got about 70 million extra stem cells. And those extra stem cells are stored in the body of the baby. And we carry them all throughout our lives. And these are the cells that help to regenerate our body when we actually need them to be regenerated. Where do we store them? We store them in our bone marrow. That's actually the stuff that's inside the hollow of our bone. They're stored in our body fat, okay? They are actually stored in our skin, and they're stored in different organs as well. Even in our heart, we've actually been able to find heart stem cells.
When stem cells function well, they help prevent diseases like heart disease, cancer, and Alzheimer's, while aiding in recovery from illness. Certain foods have been found to enhance stem cell regeneration and combat cancer. In this video, we'll explore 4 anti-inflammatory foods that Dr. Lee recommends for regenerating stem cells and fighting disease. Fish oil.
Omega-3s, omega-6s are really just words, names that describe polyunsaturated fatty acids. These are healthier forms of fat that are important for our body. And the fact is that we need both omega-3s and omega-6s. The problem, as you just mentioned, is that we in sort of modern societies tend to eat way too many omega-6s. And just like everything else in health, when you're out of balance and when you have too much of one and not enough of another, that extreme, especially with omega-6, sets us up for inflammation. But let's go ahead and take a look at omega-3s, which are the beneficial healthy fats of PUFAs, polyunsaturated fatty acids, that we tend not to get enough of. So, omega-3s are a family of fatty acids.
Dr. Lee recommends fish oil because it's packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which are great for your heart, brain, and overall health. These healthy fats, found in fish like tuna, hake, and amberjack, as well as shellfish like clams and sea cucumbers, help reduce inflammation in the body and protect against conditions like heart disease.
EPA, or eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA, or DHA, which is docosahexaenoic acid. And these actually originally come from algae and plankton and sort of plants of the sea, as I like to call them. And little critters, little fish, little shellfish eat the algae and the plankton. They build up the omega-3s in their bodies, which then are eaten by larger fish. And then you go up the food chain, the smaller fish are eaten by the next larger fish, and so on and so forth. And of course, then the fish that we tend to eat, especially the ones that are well known to be filled with healthy fats, as they say, the salmon, the tuna, or the mackerels, these are predatory fish, the so-called oily fish, wind up actually accumulating these omega-3s in their flesh. And that's what makes seafood actually healthy.
One of the main reasons Dr. Lee highlights fish oil is its ability to increase the production of special stem cells that repair damaged blood vessels. A study from the University of Montreal showed that when mice were fed a diet rich in fish oil, they produced 30% more of these helpful stem cells than mice fed a different type of oil. This led to better blood flow and less muscle damage, which is important for heart health and healing. The study also found that stem cells exposed to fish oil moved 50% more effectively to damaged areas, helping to repair tissues more efficiently. This means that fish oil not only reduces inflammation, but also boosts the body's natural ability to heal itself.
And so there's different ways of getting omega-3s. And the reason I, as a scientist and a doctor, tell people, including my patients, that omega-3s are important to know about and important to consume is because we know they help cardiovascular health. They're associated with a lower risk of heart disease. They improve your circulation, which is important whether you're a young person who's physically active, you need more blood flow to your muscles on one hand, but on the other hand, there are people that are older that need better blood flow to their brain and other organs as well. But when we think about good cognition, we want to be able to actually be vital and functional for as long as we're able to with our lifespan. Omega-3s play a role there as well.
By protecting the heart, improving blood circulation, and supporting stem cell activity, fish oil is an important part of a healthy diet that helps lower the risk of heart disease and even cancer. According to a review in Endocrinology, a study looked at how eating a diet high in fish oil affects blood-forming stem cells in mice. The researchers divided the mice into 3 groups. One group ate a low-fat diet, another group had a diet rich in fish oil, and the third group consumed a high-fat diet that did not include fish oil. The results showed that the mice on the fish oil diet had a lot more blood-forming stem cells and other early blood cells in their spleens. This means that fish oil can help the body produce more blood cells. The study also found that the fish oil diet changed the structure of the bone marrow, which is where blood cells are made, making it a better environment for the stem cells to grow. One important finding was an increase in a protein called MMP12, which helps these stem cells multiply. Additionally, the fish oil diet led to more blood cell production in the spleen, which is another place where blood cells can be made outside of the bone marrow.
Now, the one thing about omega-3s that is helpful no matter what is they lower inflammation. Lowering inflammation protects us essentially from many of the chronic diseases that are fueled or sparked, triggered by inflammation. So it's a countermeasure against chronic disease. And on top of that, the recent research has shown that omega-3s can protect our stem cells.
Another study in the journal Nutrients looked at the effects of fish oil on cancer patients, particularly those with advanced gastrointestinal cancer experiencing cachexia, a condition that leads to severe weight loss and muscle wasting. This study found that fish oil, when combined with melatonin, helped stabilize the patient's weight and improve their nutritional health. Additionally, another research project examined how adding fish oil to the diet of patients undergoing chemotherapy affected their condition. The results showed that fish oil could enhance the effectiveness of chemotherapy and improve the patient's overall nutrition, helping to reduce some of the negative side effects of the treatment.
Omega-3s activate a special kind of body fat called brown fat in all of our bodies. This is a good fat. So if omega-3s are a kind of good fat we eat, it activates a kind of good fat that we have inside our body. It's plastered around our neck, under our breastbone, underneath our arms. And this good fat burns down, improves our metabolism, burns down harmful visceral fat, which also lowers inflammation. So here's what we're talking about. These are healthy fats that you can get from various types of food sources or dietary supplements that are so important in our modern knowledge of health.
To incorporate fish oil into your diet, you can start by choosing the right source. Fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, sardines, and trout are excellent natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids. If you prefer supplements, look for high-quality fish oil capsules or liquid forms. The general recommendation for omega-3 intake varies, but many health organizations suggest consuming at least 250 to 500 milligrams of combined eicosapentaenoic acid and docosahexaenoic acid per day for general health.
The salmon, mackerel, anchovies, and herring, it's true that the oilier it is, the more omega-3s it is. But actually, more recent research shows that you don't, in nature, and in physiology for health. More isn't always more. And it turns out that more recent research has shown even a piece of cod, which is considered a not very oily fish, has enough omega-3s to actually do you some good. So if you want to actually enjoy seafood because of the omega-3, don't shy away from having cod, halibut, mussels, even clams, even shrimp actually have omega-3s. And that's one of the things that I wrote about in my book, Eat to Beat Your Diet, are the doses of the foods that may not come across as very oily, but actually have enough to actually improve your metabolism.
Aim to include fatty fish in your meals at least 2 times a week. You can grill, bake, or steam fish, and add it to salads, pasta, or rice dishes for a nutritious meal. If you choose to take fish oil supplements, follow the dosage instructions on the product label or those provided by your healthcare provider. And consider taking the supplement with meals to improve absorption and reduce any potential stomach discomfort. Green beans.
This is the legume that was once served from the can and baked into casseroles with fake fried onions, all right? But in many healthy cultures, like in Asia and the Mediterranean, as well as in Latin America, this bean, the green bean, is a staple food that also improves health and is really great for nutrition. Now, why nutrition? Well, it turns out that beans are packed with protein as well as dietary fiber. And we all need protein, especially as we get older. But this is actually a great source of protein, especially if you're a vegetarian, right? And green beans are known by their Latin name, in case you didn't know this, called Phaseolus vulgaris. And green beans also contain polyphenols. And the reason I'm mentioning the Latin name, if you want to look this stuff up yourself, you can go to PubMed, okay, PubMed. That is a database of all the research that's been done. Look up Phaseolus vulgaris and look up polyphenols, and you'll be able to see all the different research that's been done on green beans and the polyphenols that they include.
Dr. Lee recommends green beans because they are a low-calorie, nutrient-rich vegetable that supports overall health and offers cancer-fighting benefits. Green beans are packed with essential vitamins like vitamin C and vitamin K, as well as minerals such as magnesium and manganese, which help maintain healthy bodily functions.
Now, green beans also have antioxidant properties that have been shown to protect your stem cells that are naturally present in your body. So we're all born with about 70 million stem cells that all get packed away like in a suitcase and stored in our bone marrow and our body fat and our skin and different organs. And when we actually need to repair our organs from the inside out, you won't even know this is happening. These stem cells come out to effect repair. So green beans actually help to protect our stem cells so that our regenerative power is longer, better, faster, all right? So green beans actually protects these stem cells, so they allow our stem cells to stick around longer and work faster and better.
One of the key reasons Dr. Lee highlights green beans is their high fiber content, which is crucial for maintaining good digestive health and reducing inflammation in the body. Fiber helps regulate blood sugar levels, supports gut health, and reduces the risk of chronic diseases, including cancer. In addition to fiber, green beans are rich in antioxidants, which help fight oxidative stress and protect the body's cells from damage that can lead to cancer.
So what are some of the ones that have been discovered in green beans? Camphorol, quercetin, miracetin, procyanidins. There's a lot, all right? Little lowly green bean is packed with power when it comes to polyphenols. Now, almost all these polyphenols are anti-inflammatory. So eating green beans is a great way to lower inflammation in your body. And these bioactives also activate your body's health defense system. They kind of raise your shields.
Green beans also contain flavonoids, compounds known for their anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer properties. These natural compounds help reduce inflammation in the body, which is important for preventing the development and growth of cancer cells.
There's a couple of good things in here. Keep you in view. So first of all, green beans have carotenoids. Now these are the kinds of things that you'd find in a carrot or a tomato, beta-cryptoxanthin, lutein, all good stuff. But it turns out that that organic green beans actually have more of the polyphenols and flavonoids that actually are antioxidants, good for you. And then here's the interesting thing that most people don't know. When you actually cook green beans, you actually activate and concentrate. You get more of the bioactives. So this is an example where cooking actually can light up the bioactives.
According to a review in Integrative Cancer Therapies, a study examined a product called BN999, made from a mix of soybean, black bean, and green bean, to see if it could help fight cancer. The researchers tested BN999 on different types of human cancer cells, including those from breast and prostate cancers, and also used mice to see how it worked in a living organism. The results showed that BN999 could slow down the growth of cancer cells and even cause them to self-destruct, which is a good sign for potential cancer treatment. In mice with colon cancer, BN999 reduced tumor growth without causing harmful side effects. The study highlighted that the beneficial effects might come from isoflavones, natural compounds found in green beans and other legumes, which can help protect against certain cancers.
You can find green beans in a can, but these are usually limp and flavorless, so I recommend that you don't use canned green beans, all right? Get them fresh. When you get them fresh, they're like in separate beans. Sometimes they're on a stem. You want to look for the ones that are green, have a long pod, and a little bit of stiffness. If they're too bendy, now they're kind of past their prime. A little bit of stiffness, all right? And you can eat them raw. I remember going to a farmer's market, to a grower's collective, and literally you can pick out the beans off the stalks and bite them, and you can eat them right then and there. Really delicious, actually. But if you want to cook them, one of the things you want to do is trim off the ends of the beans. Just use a knife and cut off about a 1/4 inch. Don't cut off too much. And then you can cook with those.
Aiming to eat about 1 to 2 cups of vegetables per day.
These are long beans, and they are just going to be quickly cooked, blanched, and then served with some curry, which is a really great way to actually make these beans, legumes, a real highlight of a meal.
You can enjoy them steamed, sautéed, or added to salads and stir-fries.
Cook them by blanching them, boiling water, throw them in after I cut them off and wash them, all right? Blanch them, 30 seconds, that's it. And take them out to stop the cooking. And then what you can do is you can saute them in a pan with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil or garlic, or throw them into a wok and stir fry with your favorite sauce.
Incorporating green beans into your meals a few times a week can help you take advantage of their health benefits, including their potential cancer-fighting properties. If you found value in this video so far and appreciate the many hours of effort that went into creating it, please consider liking the video and leaving a comment to support the channel. Rice Bran.
How many of you have heard of the phrase food is medicine? That's almost all of you. And how many of you actually understand it? Because I know in this room there are physicians who actually understand medicine, but I don't see too many physicians who understand food. What I'm going to try to do is to bring you up to speed on how the two worlds of nutrition and medicine are starting to collide, and give you a glimpse at the future of what food as medicine will really be like.
Dr. Lee recommends rice bran because it is packed with essential nutrients that promote health and protect stem cells. Rice bran, the outer layer of the rice grain, is often removed during the refining process to make white rice, but it contains key bioactive compounds like beta-glucan, ferulic acid, and polyphenols, which have powerful health benefits. One reason Dr. Lee highlights rice bran is because of its ability to protect stem cells, particularly those involved in repairing damaged blood vessels. Researchers from universities in Spain and Germany found that ferulic acid from rice bran helps protect stem cells from oxidative stress, a harmful process that can damage or kill cells. In their study, volunteers consumed rice bran extract for 15 days, and their stem cells showed much higher survival rates when exposed to damaging conditions, compared to before they started consuming the rice bran.
Everybody knows that this is the unfortunate scenario, as was described expertly by my colleagues Dari Matsafarian, who's the Dean of the Tufts Nutrition School, and Dan Glickman, who's a former Secretary of Agriculture. And the idea really is that our food is really compromising our healthcare system. In the United States, about 500,000 deaths. Worldwide, about 11 million deaths a year attributed to poor diet. And this is actually the study that they cited from JAMA, showing that the state of the U.S., of health in the U.S. over the course of 25 years, if you take a look at all those disease entities that are in small type on the right-hand side, and look at the #1 risk for mortality, it's dietary risk.
risks, accounting for neoplasms, cancer, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes.
Rice bran is also rich in dietary fiber and has been shown to reduce the formation of arterial plaque in mice on a high-fat diet, which helps lower the risk of heart disease. By protecting the blood vessels and supporting stem cell health, rice bran can play an important role in preventing cardiovascular disease and promoting overall health. However, Dr. Lee does caution about the arsenic content in brown rice, which is higher due to the bran layer. It's best to choose brown rice from sources like California, India, and Pakistan, where arsenic levels are significantly lower. This combination of nutrients and protective benefits makes rice bran a key recommendation from Dr. Lee for supporting stem cells, reducing inflammation, and preventing disease. According to a review published in the American Society for Nutrition, rice bran is being recognized as a food that may help prevent cancer. This review looks at several studies that explore how certain parts of rice bran can fight cancer. One important study focused on a compound called G-tocotrienol, which comes from rice bran. Researchers found that G-tocotrienol can cause cancer cells, specifically those from stomach cancer, to die in a process called apoptosis. This means that G-tocotrienol helps to kill cancer cells and stop their growth. Another study showed that G-tocotrienol works even better when combined with a common chemotherapy drug called cisplatin. The results indicated that this combination is more effective at killing certain cancer cells than using either treatment alone. This is important because it suggests that G-tocotrienol can make existing cancer treatments work better by interfering with the signals that cancer cells use to survive and grow. The review also highlights other beneficial compounds found in rice bran, such as caffeic acid, trypsin, and ferulic acid. These substances have been shown to stop the growth of breast cancer and colorectal cancer cells in laboratory tests, indicating that rice bran contains various natural ingredients that can help fight cancer. Additionally, rice bran is rich in antioxidants, which are substances that protect our cells from damage caused by harmful molecules called free radicals. By reducing this damage, rice bran may help prevent the DNA changes that can lead to cancer. Rice bran also supports a healthy gut by influencing the bacteria in our intestines. Some harmful bacteria can turn substances in our diet into cancer-causing agents, but rice bran has been shown to reduce the activity of these harmful bacteria, helping to protect our colon. Rice bran can typically be found in health food stores, grocery stores, and online retailers. It is available in various forms, including whole rice, bran, rice bran oil, and rice bran supplements. When purchasing, it's important to look for high-quality products that are free from additives and preservatives.
This is about losing sight of the shore that we always talked about. Just go vegan, eat sustainably. Like, yeah, we need to do all those things, but look at how much further we have to go. Anybody who wants to learn more about the details of what I've shown you and get the lists of the foods that can activate angiogenesis, stem cells, microbiome, DNA protection, and immunity, I wrote this book, Eat to Beat Disease. Feel free to connect with me, and I hope this is something that will impact the decisions you make this evening.
As for daily consumption, there is no specific recommended amount universally agreed upon, but many health experts suggest incorporating about 1 to 2 tablespoons of rice bran into your daily diet. This can be added to smoothies, yogurt, oatmeal, or baked goods. However, it's always a good idea to start with a smaller amount and gradually increase it to see how your body responds, especially since rice bran is high in fiber, which can cause digestive discomfort if consumed in large quantities suddenly. Black chokeberry.
Here are some foods with anti-angiogenic activity that can cut off the blood supply feeding cancers, and also, by the way, other diseases associated with angiogenesis. I wrote a book called Eat to Beat Disease. There's plenty of lists all throughout those books, so you don't have to try to copy this down. Let me just flip to the other side. What about conditions where you don't have enough blood vessels, where you want to grow more blood vessels up to a healthy point? Well, we know that the biotech community is trying to develop therapeutic angiogenesis for coronary artery disease, ischemic heart disease, for peripheral arterial disease. Critical limb ischemia is a cause of amputation in the country associated with diabetes and atherosclerosis. So these are all the end stages of chronic diseases that we want to avoid. And some people say, well, like if we could just eat more healthily, we'd actually be able to reverse heart disease. True. If we actually had the better type of dietary fat, we'd actually lower the risk of atherosclerosis, possibly. And we've got the statins, of course, but is that really the solution? Probably not. So what could could we actually do to actually grow blood vessels naturally? Well, this is an interesting study that showed beta-D-glucan found naturally in barley can be made into pasta. You can feed the pasta to animals that actually have a deficit in their hearts, where they're not getting enough blood vessels, or ischemic heart disease, and you can measure, and this is the only intervention, dietary deliver beta-D-glucan on the effect of angiogenesis, and you can actually grow blood vessels in their ischemic tissue.
Dr. Lee recommends black chokeberry, also known as aronia, because it's a nutrient-packed fruit with powerful health benefits, especially for supporting stem cells. Black chokeberries are dark, blueberry-sized fruits that are rich in polyphenols, which are natural compounds that help fight inflammation and protect the body's cells.
The other day, and we also know that if you actually have lower stem cells, your chances of actually having a negative outcome of cardiovascular disease are worse. So what could you actually do to stimulate this besides going into clinical trial?
Researchers from the University of Warsaw in Poland found that extracts from black chokeberry can protect important stem cells in the blood. These stem cells help repair and rebuild damaged blood vessels, which is key for heart health. The study showed that chokeberry extracts help these stem cells stay strong under stress and improve their ability to move to areas where they're needed for healing. Because of these benefits, Dr. Lee recommends black chokeberry for promoting stem cell health, reducing inflammation, and lowering the risk of diseases like cancer and heart disease. According to a review in Molecules, black chokeberry is rich in natural compounds that have antioxidant properties, which means they can help protect cells from damage caused by harmful substances in the body. The review discusses various studies that have looked at how black chokeberry extracts affect different types of cells, including cancer cells and stem cells. One of the key findings is that black chokeberry extracts can selectively target cancer cells, such as those found in colon cancer, while leaving healthy cells unharmed. This is important because it suggests that black chokeberry could be used in treatments that minimize damage to normal tissues, which is a common concern in cancer therapies. The extracts have been shown to interfere with the growth cycle of cancer cells, effectively stopping them from multiplying. This happens through specific changes in the cell cycle, where the extracts encourage the cancer cells to stop growing at certain stages. Additionally, black chokeberry has anti-inflammatory properties, meaning it can help reduce inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation can negatively impact the health and function of stem cells, which are essential for repairing and regenerating tissues. By reducing inflammation, black chokeberry may help maintain the health of these important cells. Black chokeberry can be found in various forms, including fresh berries, juices, supplements, and dried products. You can purchase black chokeberry products at health food stores, specialty grocery stores, and online retailers. Popular online platforms like Amazon often carry a range of black chokeberry products, making it convenient to find what you need. When it comes to how much to consume, there is no one-size-fits-all recommendation, but many studies suggest that incorporating about 1 to 2 ounces of black chokeberry juice or a handful of fresh berries into your daily diet can be beneficial. If you opt for supplements, it's essential to follow the dosage instructions on the product label or consult with a healthcare professional for personalized advice. In addition to juices and fresh berries, you can also add black chokeberry to smoothies, yogurt, oatmeal, or baked goods for an extra health boost. As with any dietary addition, it's a good idea to start with a small amount to see how your body responds, and then adjust your intake as needed. Enjoying black chokeberry regularly can be a delicious way to support your health and well-being.